Hi, I'm Lou. Another episode of My Car Story. We're in Rockford, Illinois at the American Motors Corporation National Show. What do they call it? The Owners Association or something?
Yes, this is the international show.
The International Show. I'm with Jim. Jim, what's your last name?
Sonnenfeld.
Sonnenfeld. And Jim's got a car that only has just under 39,000 original miles, all original paint, everything.
Correct.
And let me grab the camera. Jim, you just don't see these often anywhere. What did you bring here today?
A 1983 AMC Eagle SX4.
The sport version.
The sport version with the sport package.
So when these muscle car guys and the Javelins and the Challengers and the Mustangs come up to you, what do you tell them?
I like their cars. They got a lot of speed. They can go off the line quick. They can lay rubber. And I like them all too, but my car can go where they can't.
With the four-wheel drive.
With four-wheel drive.
Stand right next to me. Stand right next to me.
Oops.
And take a look at that. And that was originally this high. That's how it came. And you just don't see many Eagle Sports. Now, they did make a two-wheel drive version that was not this tall, correct?
Yeah, they did. At first, I don't believe they made a two-wheel drive.
No two-wheel drive Eagles?
No.
Okay, so there were only four-wheel drives. And
The
these
first four-wheel drives were all-wheel drive.
Okay.
And then they came out with the select drive where I can switch in to two-wheel or four-wheel. It's in two-wheel right now.
Yeah. And then you're sharing with me these original were some of the original pieces right from the factory.
That came as the sport package.
The sport package came with those fog lights and those original covers on the sports lights. So you're not going to see that too often. How many Eagles, Jim, do you see when you're on the road?
Hardly any.
Hardly any, yeah.
Especially this last year, 1983.
That was the last year.
SX4. There was very few made, highly optioned with power windows, door locks, cruise, tilt, air, cruise, the sport package, like I said. It's got the factory installed optional Dolby digital stereo system.
Really? So that's the factory stereo you have in there?
Yes.
Wow. The louvers obviously were aftermarket.
Aftermarket.
I get that, but they were time period corrected.
This
obviously.
car was built in the Canadian plant, Canadian rail sticker, and Z-barred it at the factory.
That's awesome. Look at the options on this car. Just for grins. Jim, stand next to your car for a minute because I want to show people how tall the car is. I mean, it's got some ground clearance on that car. That's pretty cool. All right.
I believe it was about 3 or 4 inches.
And it's got wonderful seats, very comfortable looking. And we've got the American Motors logo in the center, the pedals, the shift.
There's a factory installed digital stereo system.
Factory installed digital. And here's all your two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, stop vehicle, pull to engage. These are the fog lights.
The fog lights.
Factory installed, it appears. And the quartz, which is still working.
Yeah.
Look at the miles. That's a 3.
34,833.
So, Jim, why this car out of all the cars in the world?
Because I liked American Motors. My cousins and my aunt had a AMC dealership where this car came from originally. This car was special ordered last year, made by a fellow that bought it for his wife.
And when you found it, you shared with me that you saw it in a garage. What happened there? You didn't even see the car. What'd you see?
I saw it in a garage that was open, but it had a car cover on it that came down to half the distance of the wheels.
Yeah.
And I could tell by the wheels that it had what kind of car it was.
Yeah.
Because I had a AMC Eagle like this before, but not the upgrade version. and I thought I'd stop and ask the fella if I could look at it, and I was able to find some information from him. And then I also asked if he wanted to sell it, but of course, like most fellas, no, I'm not selling it. So I said, okay. I gave him my name and number just in case.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I went to look at another one that was for sale, and in Oklahoma, but it wasn't quite as nice as this one. And made a deal with a fellow, but I got home and found on my answering machine the fellow that had this car finally decided he maybe wanted to sell it. So
here it is.
Here it is.
Here it is. I want to feature one other kind of neat four-wheel drive. You know, you didn't have, this is 83, so this is, you know, pretty much before the minivans and things like that. So let's open up the hood, by the way. Let's take a look under the hood. So, I mean, for years, you know, American Motors was known for making Jeeps and things like that. And
yeah, in fact, the four-wheel drive system is Jeep.
And there we go. What's in there, a 6 or a 4?
258 6-cylinder.
258 6-cylinder. I see air conditioning here. And all the details on that. So people can take a look at that. So we've got that inlet there. Thought I just
Stickers for here.
Now don't stick your hands in the fan, kids. All right, that's good. That's good stuff. Let's start it. Let's hear it. Jim, sounds like a brand new car. Let me get the exhaust note there. I got a little exhaust custom tip on that. Sounds smooth. Sounds smooth.
And also got flash cards with the Eagle logo on it.
The splash guards with the Eagle logo.
Mud flaps.
Mud flaps. Yeah, let's shut her down. I'll have you shut the hood there. We get one overall look at the car. Jim, stand right next to her. Stay right next to her.
That's my baby.
That's your baby. Hey, Jim, thanks so much for being on My Car Story.
You're welcome.